Друзья, всем привет! Hi everyone!
Hello, we are live already. Okay, cool.
How are you doing today? Great? We are fantastic. And how are you? Put a plus on the chat if you're great.
Well, even if you're gonna be watching us later on, we are sure that you're gonna find this live useful. Okay, we see some people joining. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello. So, yeah, we hope that you're gonna be live today with us all the time because we are actually going to give you a lot of interesting activities. We're gonna be talking to you about public talk, most essential skill, and we're gonna be talking to trainers and participants of our public talk project about hands-on experience, about practical pieces of advice, so that's why stay tuned, don't leave us, and if you're gonna watch later, it's still gonna be super useful, we promise.
Absolutely. I can see some of our participants here. Друзья, всем привет! Вообще проголосуйте, за какой язык, на каком языке нам стоит провести сегодняшний эфир. Мы готовы сделать его и на русском, и на английском. Поэтому...
I already have an English module. Yes.
Ты меня только что убеждала, что давай будем по-русски.
Да, друзья, на самом деле, если вам не сложно, можете написать буквально парочку в своих комментариях. Юль, мы-то знаем, что ты у нас фанат русского, да? Хотя выступления твои на английском. So, please, could you choose which version do you prefer? English, Russian? Okay. What's this? I don't know what it means.
We don't speak Chinese. Sorry, guys, not today.
In English, please. Okay. People are voting. Great. So, we're gonna be probably switching. That's what happens during the project. But whether you like it or not, the final performance that we're gonna give is, not we with Kate, but our participants, yes, our Star Talk contestants, it's in English, and our preparation and everything, it is also in English. So, okay, everybody's voting for English, so Kate, we have no choice.
No problem. Absolutely.
Vera, hi. Okay.
Good to see you. Everyone. Good to see you all. So, right, guys, now that we have you all here, let's get to know one another a little bit. So, put a plus on the chat if you're wishing to become an amazing, inspiring public speaker.
Oh, I actually also wanted to join.
If that is your dream, just put a plus on the chat if you have ever had this dream of going on stage and being inspired and being memorable. And great, fantastic. So yeah, we have some amazing aspiring speakers. So I guess what we're gonna be sharing today is gonna be just super useful for you. Да, друзья. Если кто-то хочет тоже поделиться своими мечтами, пожалуйста, поставьте плюсик в чате в нашем, если вы хотите, мечтаете, желаете стать вдохновляющим спикером, если это ваша крутая голубая мечта.
Yeah, yes. Well, guys, actually, I think you agree with me that these two skills, as speaking English and being able to give a talk on stage, these are two major skills that a person may have nowadays, no matter what profession you have. Why do you think it is important? Well, while you are thinking, let me also tell you a few versions that we've been thinking about with Kate. First of all, you can be a great negotiator because on the one hand, when you negotiate, you express your opinion, but you do the talking, right? So, you do something in order to convince, explain, inspire, educate, whatever. Yeah. So you always have your mission and you participate in this negotiating process. So number one reason to become a great public speaker, it's about being a great negotiator. Then one more. It's about hi Sveta, hello. Hi everyone who is joining. So we are discussing what are the reasons for becoming a great public speaker. Second reason is about presentations. Of course, it's clear that we always give presentations in Russian or in English or in any other language, but they can be sometimes, I don't want to say boring, but kind of usually uninspiring. And like whenever you get the skill of giving a great public talk, that means that you will always have this wow effect. Yeah. So no matter what you are talking about, your product, about your colleague, about whatever.
Maybe just an idea, just you have this amazing idea. Well, like yesterday, you had this amazing idea and I didn't agree with her at all, but she managed to persuade me and she managed to convince me.
So, I mean, like this way of switching your mind towards giving another type of presentations, going away from this boring style, it also comes together with acquiring the skill of public talk. And of course, talking to your clients, just enhancing your personal brand, just positioning yourself on this international arena, I don't know, local arena, it doesn't matter. So we all have our names, yes, we all have our brands, and the ability, the way we talk actually affects a lot the image we project eventually. Of course, whenever you want to get investment, I'm sure Yulia Maximovich today will tell us about that. She's our guest.
I really hope so.
Yeah, and she's our former participant and the winner of Public Talk 2. So she will tell us today about getting investment, raising finance. Yeah, so how you can do that if you use your language and your power of persuasion properly, and many other reasons to become a great public speaker.
And I, guys, have a task for you. So right
Teacher
now,
woke up.
Teacher is always there,
Okay.
So I've got a task for you. Some of you are dreaming of becoming a public speaker. So what is your reason to be dreaming of, scaling up your skills, leveling up your public speaking skills? What is it? Negotiations or persuasion or sales, or you just really want to go on stage and inspire a great number of people by something that you believe in? Just put it on the chat so we can see what your goals are. Why do you want to expand your public speaking skills? What is in there for you? What is it?
Yeah, while you're doing that, just let us remind you what's going to be the plan for today, because we are kind of also giving a public talk right now. So first of all, we're going to tell you 5 most common mistakes. Well, let's say the mistakes that are probably obvious, but sometimes it's really worth reminding yourself of these mistakes before you go on stage and deliver your speech. And then, of course, we're going to have amazing guests today. Yeah, so we're going to have a great trainer, our new trainer of Public Talk Project, and 2 guests. Yeah, so with their motivations, what they are doing right now after graduating or finishing our project and before joining our Public Talk 5 project.
So there's going to be 2 Julias, Julia Dechenko and Julia Maximovich. Hi, it's very cool that you're watching us. So we will put you live a tiny little bit later. So we have some of your answers, right?
Yeah.
I really like to share my own experience, right? Absolutely, because experiences and people's stories is something that truly matters. Not the big principles, but the big principles combined with life experiences, right? And we've got people. Yeah, how can we make people believe and trust us? That's a great question. That is exactly what great public speaking skills are about, developing trust and helping.
Probably we can give this comment because that's really a cool question, and I'm not sure that's the topic today, but let me answer, let me give you my opinion. I believe that TED format tells you that nobody has to believe you. Nobody has to trust you unless you trust yourself, and you trust yourself and you believe in what you are saying, because TED is about this being sincere. Like you talk about the topic that woke up and that you just you can't resist, you can't check it, you just have to spur it out, you have to talk to your audience. That's why whenever you believe in what you are saying, people believe you automatically. That's the way we were taught by all TEDx organizers.
Absolutely.
Right?
And actually, I think that TED Talk is not about sales, but I believe that the greatest salesperson is the one who believes in their product. So if you truly believe that you're doing a great thing, you're helping people and what you're selling is going to help them, you believe in that and they're going to believe in that too. So basically, how to make people believe is just believe in what you're doing and what you're saying. Pretty much.
That's true.
So I guess it's time to move on to the 5 key mistakes, right? And mistake number 1 is for you.
Right.
that is your part.
Well, that's probably something we a little bit kind of lacking today. That is called preparation. So, obviously, the whole project and like any talk is usually accompanied by this preparation, but there are 2 problems with this preparation thing. The first one is when you think you're such a guru, you are such a great inspirer that you don't need this preparation because you're gonna just come on stage and you're gonna kill it. Like you're gonna just nail it immediately with your jokes, with your great sense of humor, and you are so amazing, and that's what I love doing. Yeah. But
no, I'm the other one. I'm the other one.
I'm speaking about myself. But then I really understood that, you see, first of all, preparation is required for certain formats. And for example, TED speakers, they are being prepared and they are preparing themselves for about half a year, just for you to understand. So when they go on this real big stage, it takes them about half a year.
So if you believe that they're so spontaneous and so natural, in fact, there is huge preparation behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think Julia Dechenko is our pro in preparation because she's normally preparing for like it's our public talk speaker, yeah, with a great experience. So she's usually preparing like all day, all week, non-stop. But the other problem, like the other end of the stick, is when you are preparing too much, you know? And it means that you start kind of hating your speech already, and you start just saying it already with different energy. You start forgetting your words and so on.
You lose the emotion, you lose the excitement of it.
Yeah, so that's why it's just enough is enough. Not too much, yes, and not kind of too little. So it's something in between, and in our case, it's going to be a 3-month preparation thing, and the second part of our course is actually devoted to training and preparation.
Absolutely, and you know, in this course, we have invited a new speaker. Agbota is going to join us in just about 10 minutes, and she is exactly the one who's going to, you know, kind of brighten up our public talk project, because she is amazing in terms of this improvisation tools.
Agbota, you here? Just put some plus, because very soon we're gonna put you live. Agbota will tell us herself what kind of improvisation or whatever format she will teach our participants.
Right. So moving on to the second mistake that people tend to make, that's the structure. You know, I'm sure that you have heard a number of presentations going like this. Hello, my name is Kate Belyatinskaya. I'm this, great director, and I'm also a senior teacher at High School of Economics. And today I will speak about this topic. I'm going to speak about this, number 1, number 2, number 3. It's very important for you, all of you, and so on and so on and so forth. So, you see, what I'm doing, I'm wasting your time. And Kate has already slept on me.
But it is boring, isn't it, when just a person starts with their 5 million rewards and oh my god, so that's so not like TED.
So TED structure is, once I learned that thing, and once, anyone learns this thing about the structure of a TED, basically, there is never coming back to this ordinary presentation.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, I'm going to share just one tip with you that is about this so-called primacy and recency effect. So what matters, what strikes the attention is the beginning and the ending. So the problem here is that I should have started with something super inspiring, and I will finish with something inspiring again. This is the thing, that people just remember what was at the beginning and what was at the end. That needs to be super inspiring for them to actually act on what you're doing. Basically, during the course, we are giving the structure of a successful self-presentation, and you can utilize it anytime. Once I was impressed by Julia Maximovich, who is a TEDx speaker. And in her during her participation, she just wrote her speech following the structure on her own without us teaching that. That was not the time yet. And I was impressed. I'm like, oh my God, how can you have done that? And then it came to me like, yeah, she's a TED speaker. So basically, once you master the structure, you can basically come up with any speech on any topic following that, and that is going to be inspiring, and that is going to be memorable. So,
and that actually brings us to mistake number 3. It's about lack of catchy beginning. And by catchy, of course, I mean something dull. Yeah. And usually there are more than 8 ways you can start. And obviously you choose the one that is close to you, but still it's about matching this expectations of the audience and your own, and not to be this I'm professor with 5 million PhDs and so on, but it can be different things. Well, again, for example,
rhetorical question,
storytelling, yeah, or
exciting fact,
or something from your biography, something really worth mentioning. So, and many, many other things. So, don't start in a dull, trivial way. That is a classical mistake number 3.
And moving on to mistake number 4, that is argumentation. There are different people, but basically I could classify them into 2 kinds. One of them is the data-oriented people. They love data, facts, figures, historical things, and this is exactly what they pack their speeches up with, right? And recently we watched this TED, actually, it was a TED, which was abundant in all kinds of graphs and all kinds of figures. And when I asked my students, like, okay, how did you like it? They were like, Kate, it was so difficult to watch it. I had to pause just to figure out what was on the graph. Yes, it is super important, super informative when you have all these graphs and figures, but it can be a tiny little bit overwhelming. Or on the other hand, the second kind of people is the ones who love to give emotion, who are going to be telling their story for 3 hours in a row with every tiny little detail and emotions and how they felt and everything. But the analytical ones are going to be saying like, oh my God, I cannot listen to that. Can you give me some data, please? So the point is that you combine the rational argumentation with data, facts, and figures with the emotional argumentations like rhetorical questions, storytelling, these inspiring facts, and only then the combination makes it memorable.
Yeah, absolutely. And always keeping in mind not just your priorities, but the priorities of your audience. This is probably something that brings us to mistake number 5. And we promised to give you 5 mistakes, so here it comes. And when I speak about number 5, it doesn't mean it's like the least, or the most. So we just randomly, collected these 5 things because we just see that while we are training our participants and other people who go on stage. So this is about some kind of mismatch, between so-called pains and gains. And in this case, I mean that these are goals of you as a speaker, because always there is a reason why you are on stage. Always you have to know what are you doing here: inspiring, educating, like telling people, teaching them, or maybe preaching them, maybe scolding them. So why are you there? And there is a goal that already belongs to your audience, you see. And like if these goals don't match totally, then it's not gonna work. So you try to inspire them, they don't want to be inspired. You try to feed them with data, and they love laughing. They are here to actually enjoy it and have some fun, yeah? So your goals need to match, because if they don't match, even a great talk can actually appear to be or come across as not very adequate and not very just suitable for the surrounding.
So right, the 5 mistakes. Number 1, preparation. Number 2, structure. Number 3, dull beginning. Number 4, argumentation. And number 5, goals. Put the number on the chat on which one you think is the most exciting one and the most important one for you personally, okay? And as you're doing it, now we are ready to welcome our first speaker.
I put my version. I'm with you.
Right. Kate, could you introduce Agbota,
yes.
please?
Actually met with Agbota pretty much accidentally. Yeah. And she immediately, while introducing herself, she kind of knocked me down with how just relevant and how actual it is for our project Public Talk to get your expertise and just to be able to, add some valuable points to our program, because that's not the first time. We are already working with groups of people, with great speakers who eventually find themselves on stage. Yeah. So I hope Agbota is joining us now. Yeah,
Agbota, can you see the invitation, or maybe you could send the invitation, because I'm inviting you, but you wouldn't accept for some reason. Oh, here you are.
Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Agbota. I'm just telling. You probably heard. I'm saying how we met. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
true.
Yes, and so you can imagine, absolutely accidentally over coffee, I found out that Agbota is a great public speaker and a trainer and a judge. Even she immediately offered me some evaluation forums, how we can, do it in a really way to be what is it, justified, or to be, I forgot the word, fair. Oh my God. So Agbota, tell us a little bit about yourself and about improvisation, because we mentioned it, and this is that we really didn't have, like we've never tried it. So what about improvisation and TED? Can they match? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Well, I will start with a little bit of my personal story with improvisation. I myself started public speaking journey like around 6 years ago or something like that. And the club where I was going was like super busy, and it was super hard to get the spots to give a normal speech, which is like 5 to 10 minutes. So they told me, you can try improvisation. You will be on the stage. You will be saying something. You will at least train to perform. And I said okay, and I started going, and every time there was a competition to win the best impromptu speaker ribbon or some badge or something like that, and I started winning those, like one after another after another. And I realized that this is kind of my power, but this is also a curse, because for the beginner it's very temptuous to not to prepare at all, because you were telling about no preparation at all, and that this is like the greatest mistake. But for a beginner who is good at improvisation, it's very tempting never to prepare, because you know that you're good on the stage and you can perform and everyone will like it because you're humorous, that you have great skill of connecting with the audience. About TED, from the first glance, you can say that TED is only preparation. Like you prepare 100% of times, you know what to say, you have a message, you will be recorded. But at the same time, if you don't know how to improvise, you will be on the stage and people will be looking at you. And if you suddenly forget something, or if you cannot connect with the real audience that is listening to you right here, right now, they will see that you're fake, or that you just learned your speech by heart and you cannot really see what's their reaction, how to talk to them. That's why I do believe that the greatest speaker in TED or in any kind of performance on stage is someone who can deliver a great speech, but at the same time put a little bit of improvisation there, like use some kind of joke or maybe a quote, or maybe catch the attention of the audience somehow. Because prepared performance is something that you write, that you learn by heart, that you put on the stage, and it's very static. But there are many ways of how you can make it more vivid, connect with the audience, and it's all about improvisation. And I think that one of the mistakes of people that never trained professional their public speaking skills, that impromptu speech is when you just go on the stage and you just say things that come to your head, but it's not true. Of course, there are some talented people who are usually very humorous. They can come on stage, they can say some kind of funny thing, everyone will love them, everyone will be laughing, but it will not work in a long term, in a long term distance, because people will be bored to hear the jokes all the time, or you will reach the ceiling at some point because your speeches will be the same all the time. And that's why on the course where I will be a trainer, I have a list of all kinds of techniques that great improviser can use. And
But you said you're not gonna give everything. You said you're gonna give you
yeah,
have
well,
like 20, so how
yeah,
many will our students learn, Agota?
it depends on time, because I can say all of them, but I believe that there will be no use if there is no practice for them. I
Okay.
usually organize my sessions so that we learn a few techniques from 5 to 6, maybe 7 if we're very good on time. And I would like all of the participants of the course to train their skills, to try how it's done, to feel the improvisation themselves. And when these techniques will fit into their mind, they will do them automatically on the stage. Because remember, Katya, I told you that sometimes when, like, no matter how good we train ourselves, how good we memorize the speech, it can happen that even the greatest learner, if he's not a native
Absolutely.
speaker, he can come
That
on the
happened to
stage.
me when I was giving
Yeah,
my talk. I absolutely forgot like part of my speech and I didn't want to improvise. So pretty much what you are saying is that you have to improvise in these moments, yeah, when you forget your
yeah,
speech.
like this is one of the tricky things for the speaker when you're on the stage and when you understand that you completely forgot half of your speech. These are the mistakes that the person can do. Start saying, "Oh, sorry, I forgot my speech." This is the worst. Then the person says that, "I will remember now." And the third one
Just
is that,
wait.
yeah, just wait, I will remember right now, right here. And the third
Uh-huh.
one, the person just refuses to continue and just leaves the stage. These three are the worst.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen it. Some people do it, or they are like, I will restart. Like, let's imagine as if I never started, I will start from the very beginning. But if you know some techniques of improvising, you can implement them. And you see, the thing is that no one will know. No one will
Mm.
know that you forgot the part of your speech, except for someone who trained you.
That's like the
But
magic pill.
Absolutely,
yeah,
definitely needed.
yeah,
Absolutely.
this is what I tell all the people that I was training or giving some kind of feedback. No one will know unless you tell them that you forgot part of your speech. If you forgot, make a pause, make it meaningful pause, and then come up with some kind of technique, or just say something which comes from your heart. And these are the techniques, but also we were discussing many
Yeah, I
other.
just that was about I was about to say about apart from this improvisation,
Yeah.
what else do you think is like kind of crucial in case we speak about this TED format?
I would say that this is the topic that I was describing also to you about getting to the point, because many people don't even think about the specific goal of their speech, why they are saying it, why people should listen to it till the end, and there are some approaches on how to deal with that. Because if you just say that your topic is love or money or hatred, it's like too broad, too vivid, and there are ways to make it more unique, put it in the line, make the audience listen to you till the end. It's not only about the structure. I told you that structure is one thing, like this classic introduction, body, conclusion, but there are also some other instruments that help to enhance the message. But to enhance the message, you should actually know what is it, like, what's the message. Because sometimes I train speakers for their performances on the stage or something like that, and we start preparing, and I ask them, what's your speech about? And they tell me like, it's about love. And I'm like, so what? Like,
What
it
exactly?
can, yeah, what exactly? It can be absolutely about anything. Why should people listen to you? And then we start developing what's inside, how to make it interesting, because many people struggle that something which is in their mind, how they see it, they think that this is obvious, that they want to deliver this message. But when they start saying, it's unclear for the audience why, what, and how, and which is more important is that they have this line through the whole speech, like in the introduction, in the body, and in the conclusion. They use the words that support the message, the general one and the specific, and this is like a skeleton on which everything is built up on the speech. And I would say it's connected to what we previously discussed, like if you know what's the general and the specific topic of your speech, you can improvise very well. If you forgot the words, your mind is already set for some words about love and romance and relationships. If you have the specific goal in your mind, you can replace some sentences and it will make it look very natural. So this is like,
so they are, you know, interconnected. Yeah, these two parts.
yeah, I would say that in public speaking, most of the topics are very much connected with one another. But there are the must-do basics that are in every speech, and I would say that the getting to the point is one of them. Improvisation, it's crucial, but I would say that it's like a high-level skill, because not everyone can do it very well. But at the same time, it's the most demanded skill, because public speaking itself is great, but it's not very much applicable in your daily life. But if you're a good improviser, you can do it at work, at pitching, at sales, at negotiating, everywhere. So I would say that this is like a great opportunity to have a real life appliance of some public speaking skills.
Well, Bora, this is the question that I wasn't planning, but we have a virtual trainer with us, which is Irene Barjak. Irene, don't be offended, you are with us. It's our co-author of the project, and she joined the project because of the language challenge. Yeah, so she's a professional public speaker and a trainer, but like for her, that was a challenge, and exactly the speech. What's your attitude towards using this or that language? Do you think it matters? Can it stop a person from expressing himself or herself? If the person is let's say, Russian speaking, and here he or she is supposed to give a talk in English. What do you think about that?
I believe that it's not just a question of knowing the language, but of the intent, because as I told you, I was visiting all kinds of clubs around the world, of Toastmasters, of public speaking, and I've seen many people who are not natives in English have a lot of trouble speaking it. And in Europe they don't care at all, because if they have
The
something that
Russian
is,
guys in Europe, they don't care. Listen to it.
they really don't care. They just hear the question or the topic is interesting for them. They go on the stage and they say whatever comes into their mind, supporting with vivid body language and with replacing some words with, I don't know, it can be a Spanish or Polish or maybe even Russian. And I know that people go for public speaking especially with this purpose, and it's only in our minds. I would say that this is a kind of post-Soviet approach, that firstly you should learn the language to the level of native speaker and then perform on the stage. They've seen many amazing public speakers who are have bad English. They have really bad English. For example, they started some time ago and it was much worse, but now they're great at performing on stage. They keep making the stupid mistakes, but rarely, someone comes to them and says, you missed ed at the end, or you mispronounced some word, or
that should
something
have
like
been
that.
present perfect continuous there.
Surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Akbora, for your inspiration.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy you ladies met also. Yeah, almost personally. Let's say like that. We are actually really excited that you're gonna join us, and already 3rd of December will be your first lecture at our course. So that's why. Thank you so much. I'll see you around, and we're gonna definitely see you soon at our public talk program.
Yeah, see you soon. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. So look, what Agbora has said about the expertise in the language, and in fact that well, you know, you don't have to be advanced or proficient in order to actually go on stage and try yourself at this. It's super inspiring, you know. It's like a myth collapsed right here, right now, right?
So great speakers don't have to be great English speakers, okay? That's not super connected.
Oh, Irene, we have just talked about you.
I've just shown your picture, Irene. You are with us. Look, you are with us, and you are also with us, you know, on your book. And so we keep your face and show everyone, yeah? So Irene, you don't have to be a perfect English speaker to be a perfect speaker. We just got this confirmation.
Absolutely. So guys, yeah, another myth that is out there is that you need to be a born natural public speaker with this charisma, which is, well, you know, something that you're born with. But in fact, again, this is a myth. And our project is something that proves that 100%. So right now we are ready to invite our another 2 amazing people here live. That is going to be our graduates. 1 second. Yeah, Kate, could you speak about them real quick as I'm inviting
we're gonna
them?
invite Maximovich Yulia, who is our, as I have already mentioned, who is our winner of Public Talk 2, and our star, who is actively using right now. Hello? Is there?
Is that you?
We see some, we don't see you, we see some bar. I understand it's like invitation, yeah, to hang out a little bit. Okay, hello. You need to switch your camera back to you, please. We want to see you. And one more person who is joining us, it's Yulia Dechenko, who is also the winner of Public Talk 4, and our great speaker who has given 2 talks already, yeah? So, okay, something is wrong with Julia's camera.
No problem. We will fix it. Okay,
and Julia. So ladies will tell us a little bit about their experience, how the project actually helped them, yes, and what skills they acquired and how they applied it to real business. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Something is going on, obviously, with our participants, but yeah, I hope something they will get back to normal with their cameras. Ladies, are you here? Okay, Yulia, our Yulias, yeah. Okay,
Julia is unable to join for some reason.
Julia,
here's another Julia.
Hello, Julia.
Can you hear us? Yes. Welcome.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Julia. I know you wanted to sabotage English today, but no way. Everybody voted for English, and our life is in English, and so you have an opportunity to practice a little bit before our Public Talk 5. So, Julia, tell us a little bit about your Public Talk experience. You won Public Talk 4, right? So, what was your secret?
So, as you know, I participated in the project twice, and I had an interesting experience twice and made a memorably discovered twice. The first time, to be honest, it was a way for me to get completely new knowledge. The second time, it was a serious work based on previous experience. I joined in for the first course with the desire to improve my English level in the company of interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
It was no, it wasn't for me so serious, but I think what new things I can learn when I have a lot of stage speaking experience. That's how I think at the time, but in the first meeting of the course, I was tuned by the flow of the new interesting information.
Mm-hmm.
To make the text short but bright, and then after that, how to make the text even more significant.
Right.
It was so surprising for me. It's the new, to be honest, the new tools surprised me. And also in the first stream, I was shocked that I performed with a good result. When I spoke in the foreign language to 100 strangers, and they understood me and they supported me. After that, it seems that there are no more fears. I can capable everything. Yeah, it was a wonderful feeling. And the second time I participated, I wanted to hone my new skills, and that's why I was more attentive to the theory and careful about the preparation. It's was a really interesting experience.
Mm-hmm. But Yulia, has it helped you in your career, in your, private life, this experience of giving public talk?
In my career, it's just obvious in terms of the effect of the business. It's clear, more skills, more confidence. It's clear. Okay. But the effect of my life turned out to be interesting. In the first stream, Irina Bajak revealed my true self. She confidence me to change my topic of my stage speech.
That's what you can do.
She convinced me to talk about my hobby, my experience with art. I think at the time it's interesting to anybody, but I followed the Arina Bajak's advice, and it turned out that my experience is interesting to many people, and my experience is useful to many people. And after that, I started to pay more attention to my experience in the art, and I began to share my experience in social media about my art experience. And this led to the development of my art career, because after that I had my personal exhibition in the Chegnova gallery, and and after that I became a laureate of the Russian Art Awards.
Cool. Well, Julia,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your story and
It's
for
very impressive.
for all these insights about understanding, especially when language is a challenge, that like people don't care and people care for your ideas, and this cool career boost that you mentioned. So art gallery, Tretkovskaya gallery. Oh my God.
It's
Yeah,
impressive.
that's absolutely impressive.
And it is true. It is true. People think that their story doesn't matter, but in fact, it's the story which actually matters. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today. Thanks for sharing. Thanks a lot. And we have another Julia today. Hi, Julia. How are you?
Hi everyone.
Where are you now?
Bye.
Bye. Right. Yes, Julia, we are so happy to see you, and we have talked a lot about you at the beginning of today's webinar live, how to call it, because you're a great inspiration, and working with you was absolutely amazing. So maybe, Julia, maybe you could speak a little bit about, well, yourself as of today, right? What are you currently involved in?
Oh, sure, with a great pleasure. First of all, thanks a lot for the invitation and for the great chance of studying in your program. It was really great. So basically, now I'm in Dubai, focused on our global growth. We started here as of September, actively doing the new shows and programs. I've prepared, let's say, 3 points that really helped me in education, and I'm happy to share about it or just answer the questions.
Right.
Okay, let's start with your 3 points. You are our structure lady, yeah? So that's why you know better how to structure your talk, and any talk is a public talk, isn't it?
And that's why I would like to start with the third one, and about the way it goes. As soon as you become a TEDx or TED performer, you use this concept in everything. It doesn't matter. You pitch, you make a story for your family, or you tell it to your colleagues. You use this structure. And I can say by my own experience, it do helps because I had an experience of performing in Antalya on a very big investment forum. And it was really important to be well prepared for this kind of task. So I agree. Point of preparation of your English, it's a point of preparation of your speech, and I was really excited about it, and all our course before helped a lot. And on this stage there were about 40 startups that were chosen from all over. Yeah, and there were two that was really memorable for me. One was the best and the other was the worst. So the best, I was
frequency effect. We spoke today about that.
Thinking very well, you know, I came in advance, I was rehearsing my speech, and I was doing it for 3 or 4 hours, but I was not as well prepared as one person there. He just, you know, he just burned the stage with his performance. And when I was talking with him personally, he said to me, well, Yulia, my performance was at 12 a.m. So I went to sleep 7 p.m. before, wake up 12 a.m. at night. And all the time before my performing, I was just rehearsing my speech. It's just a pitch for 5 minutes.
That's a life hack.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not for beginners. It's for some pro. Yeah, 12 hours of preparation.
Yeah. Second story was really also impressive. One person, he was not ready to perform in English. I don't know why still he decided to go on stage. And the pitch is the format where you have to make, to deliver your message very fast and in the structure of startup. So he came to the stage and said, I'm sorry, I'm not well prepared. That was the first thing to say. And after the translator was staying with him there and just translating one by one sentences. So
wow,
yeah, it was very impressive and reminding that consistency in your training is really important, and consistency in your practice. Second point I would like to mention is that being stressed is normal. I believe, I mean, I'm in the theatrical industry and we work with big celebrities, and all of them tell me the same. Yulia, to be stressed before stage is normal. It's a bad sign if you stay before stage and you're not stressed on this topic.
Yeah,
but the most important thing is that
problem.
you have to be worried, it's okay. But as soon as you get on stage, all the focus should be on the task you have to do, not how you look like, what do you feel, or whatever. You just have the mission and you have to complete it. That's it. Don't think about yourself, think what you have to do. And the last third point is that, well, the first stage of performing is when we learn how to stay. I remember my first courses when I was explained that how to stay, how to breathe, how to reduce the tension inside of me. And the next level is to enjoy the play with the audience.
Right.
When you start enjoying this, I mean, you know how to perform already, and you just enjoy the communication with the audience, and it gives you lots of energy back.
Right, right, absolutely, absolutely.
But you know, Yulia, sorry, Kate, if you like compare this so-called TED format that is world famous and the pitching, because pretty much right now, as far as I understand, you are pitching, you are not giving TED performances to your investors, or do you? Or like, so how do you combine these two pretty much opposite formats, or they are not? So what's your vision?
In terms of structure, it's absolutely different. If you really want to impress the investors, you have to follow the main structure that is all over the world the same. However, you should not forget that all the investors daily listen for hundreds of pitches. So
Right.
if you're not well prepared, if you have no storytelling at the beginning, I mean, at the end of the day, it will be boring, because the investors are also human. They are not robots. And you can have amazing project, but if you're not well prepared, it will not help you to achieve the results, for sure. So that's important, and that gives you the real tools of storytelling from TED and of preparation for pitching.
So storytelling, preparation, rehearsing,
Yeah.
right? This is the key for a great, memorable, well, public talk experience. And you know, Julia, this is so cool that, you know, you're like always learning more and experiencing more and mastering your skills. And it's really cool that it's not that something that you have learned and you forgot about it. Basically, you practice on a daily basis. And this is something that is really cool. Like, you have learned something, you have implemented it in life, right?
Yeah, and it helps in any life. Now we're in process of choosing a school for my daughter here, and I was so impressed that in some schools they have a every week lesson to performance stage. I mean, they're not all of them going to perform, but it just enhances your soft skills and the performance skills. So I do believe it helps for everyone.
Well, yeah, this is the thing that, you know, it's a skill. It's not a knowledge. It's not something that you can read and do. On the opposite, like, you actually master public speaking by making mistakes, right? You have to make mistakes, to learn from them, to not make them again, and to improvise, and so on and so forth and so forth. So it's like, it is a skill, right?
Well, I think we are going to experience something new, because you probably heard that we moved our public talk to Istanbul. The final performance is going to be there. So Kate is already now starting to have sleepless nights, like, oh my God, it's international audience. Like, are you sure? I say, it's too late. It's, you sure or not? Yulia, you're abroad. What's like, what do you have to tell us? Maybe, you know, some inspiration or prevention or something. So do you think it will work in Istanbul?
Of course it will. I mean, first of all, we have such a big community of all the people from the world. Don't press on this topic. I mean, we are all united with the style of work, with the style of attitude, and I do believe it's a great step from your side, because in case we're going global, we should go global, you know. So that's really.
Okay, cool. So
thank you,
Yulia. Stay in touch. We really hope to, you know, meet somewhere, somehow, and maybe you're gonna come and watch, you know, these performances, and as a jury as well. Yeah,
I really hope that you make it to Istanbul, Julia.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, cool.
March
11th. Put it on the calendar.
Let's see. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck with your great project that is truly global. So full support, and yeah.
And by the way, Julia,
my pleasure and my honor to be ambassador of your project, to be a person that performed and that had this experience by my own. So all the best. great step. Keep following your plans, your goals, your targets, and dream big. As always, my dad tells me, dream big.
That was yes, it's about dreaming. Okay, thank you. See you around.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a great evening, everyone.
Everyone, yeah, a lot of
Absolutely.
hearts to Julia. Yes. Okay, so guys, we probably have not much time left. We're not gonna keep you here forever, even if you like us a lot. So yeah,
I really hope you like us. Let's give us some hearts too. You have given so many hearts to Akbota, to both Julias.
Yeah.
Also need some, please.
Well, but just probably to finalize, it's to sum it up one more time. I think we actually never introduced ourselves. So that's Kate Belyatinskaya, and she is a co-author of the project and professor at High School of Economics in Moscow, and at the same time a global trainer, a speaker for absolutely multinational audience. I think already almost all over the world. Yeah, your students are there.
Right, and this is Kate Chegnova. She's my partner in crime. We've been friends for over how many?
Don't say that. That's not the topic.
So many years. Yeah, she's also co-author of Public Talk Project, and she has over 10 years experience speaking on grand stages and over 5 years experience training public speaking. She also teaches at Moscow State Pedagogical University as a docent, which makes her an amazing person to work with. And what we are doing here today, like why we are talking about this public talk all the time, Istanbul, participants, trainers, that is about our public talk project, which is, you know, a unique collaboration of various trainers. It's not just us, it's also a team of amazing people. Irina Barzhak, who is a public speaking trainer at Ostankina, Dmitry Strigin, who is an actor and acting skills trainer, vocal coach, Akbota, who is a great, well, improvisation and public speaking trainer as well.
And this time, because our project has gone truly international, we are going to have Alina Ostrovsky, who is from California, and she is a great communication analyst and strategist, and she helps a lot of top managers with their, you know, great speeches, and she was helping to organize TEDx San Francisco. So that's why she already took part in Public Talk 3, so she will rejoin our project and give our participants her feedback and her great insights on the outline of their TED Talks. Yeah, I mean, talks in TED style. And we guys, we actually invite you to, you know, maybe consider our project maybe one more time if you have heard of it already, because right now we already have 9 contestants for our Public Talk 5 that will start 2nd of December, very, very soon, only 1 week left. And we need just 3 more actual people, and that will be it, because our groups, they have maximum 12 participants. We need to work with everyone. We need to, this course already will have individual consultations and 13 amazing training programs inside, and rehearsals and final performance in Istanbul, 11th of March.
2 performances, guys. There is going to be 2 performances. On February 25th, 26th is going to be in Moscow, and on March 11th is going to be in Istanbul. And actually, you can choose the stage, so you can choose both stages, and you can perform both in Moscow and in Istanbul, or you can choose just one stage, so you can just perform in Moscow, or you can perform in Istanbul. But the thing is like this, yes, what we're gonna do, we will have 12 group trainings, and every training is a performance. Every training is a public speaking experience. So throughout the course for 3 months, you're gonna be practicing the skill of public speaking. And there's going to be 4 private consultations and classes with the trainers, so we can look at your speech from different angles and enhance it, improve it, polish it in a way. There's going to be 3 rehearsals, group rehearsals, where you actually get to, you know, be in the line spot.
Yeah.
And finally, 2 performances, 1 local in Moscow and 1 international for international audience. Well, you might ask me about the conditions of the participation, and it's very simple. The standard package, which involves, well, the 12 trainings, the 4 private consultations classes with the trainers, 3 rehearsals, 2 performances, cost, well, 120,000 rubles, which makes...
Illustrative, yeah.
Which makes around 1,800 euros. But only today, just because we have 3 seats, places, vacancies left. For those of you, for the participants of this webinar, we are ready to offer 10% discount, which is going to be, well, 108,000 rubles, which makes how much in euros?
Euros.
You need to do some calculations. And yes, you can join the project from any part of the world. You can take part in the project online or offline, whatever you choose. And basically, the project has no limits and no boundaries.
Absolutely.
So
we do that in blended learning, so you can join our lessons, our trainings just online. We have special rooms with big screens. So I mean, when you perform, we see you, you see us, even in case we have some people in Moscow, and later on we're gonna travel to Istanbul, yeah, to give our performance there. So guys, just in case you want to get this discount, you need to text us within 48 hours, okay? Not just forever and ever, because you might be watching this later on, yeah, after the project starts. So you need to text us a private message. So I want to be part of a project, okay? And so in this case, you watch the webinar. In this case, you are eligible for this 10% discount and you can get this special offer, okay?
So that is pretty much it for today. What we have done today. Today we have learned 5 key mistakes in public speaking. And I really hope that you will rewind this recording and get back to it next time you're about to present, and just keep those tips in mind. We have spoken about the power of improvisation. And again, from Akbota, we have learned the crucial mistakes that we make if we forget our speech, right? Which happens. Then we have met 2 amazing ladies.
2 Julias, easy to
2
remember.
amazing Julias, right? Who have spoken about their public talk experiences and shared how, well, public speaking skills are affecting their 2 days life in terms of how they feel in negotiations, Julia Dichenko, and how they feel in front of investors when they're doing an investor pitch. So I really hope that you have enjoyed it. Give us some hearts if you have. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was the new format. We just decided to organize it because you keep asking questions. We keep holding different interviews. The questions are very similar, like, why? Yeah, why would I go? Why would I take this, you know, this journey, 3-month journey? And the answer is very simple. If you want to make your speech stand out, that's what you have to train. It fortunately or unfortunately doesn't happen automatically. See, even Akbota today confirmed that improvisation, it's not real improvisation the way we imagine it. It needs to be trained. Thank you for being.
English may not be an issue,
yeah,
but feeling confident and feeling inspired and sounding inspiring is something that makes you stand out. Thank you very
guys
much
for being here. So we're gonna see you around, and if you want to join us, you're more than welcome, but just 3 places left, minus 10%, so stay tuned, and see you very soon. So follow us. Bye bye, have a great day.
Bye. Have a good one.